To make sure you can use the dashcam footage when you need to, there are 4 main things you should not ignore when you're buying a dashcam. First, the video quality. Second, the night vision performance. Third, the use of super capacitor instead of battery if you park outdoors under the sun or lot. And lastly, a SIM card support if you want to monitor your dashcam footage remotely. The rest of the aspects are fairly similar across brands or they are less important. I have compared over 100 dashcams in the market to help you shortlist the best for your need. Since there are so many, only a few will be shown on screen for your reference. Let's start with the video quality. You can choose between a single channel dashcam which typically only have a front camera, a dual channel dashcam which have both the front and rear view cameras. These two are the most popular types. There are also triple or quad channel dashcams which adds 1 or 2 cabin cameras. These are quite useful if your car is used to drive children around by a driver. In India today, Vantru N5 is the only quad channel dashcam. For dual, triple or quad channel dashcams, professional installation is usually required due to the wiring that is involved. Now the resolutions of these cameras vary. Generally the front camera has the best resolution up to 4K resolution, while the cabin cameras are generally 180p or 2K at most. Higher resolution obviously means better video quality, but it also needs more storage and costs higher. In general, even a 2K or 3K camera is good enough for front cameras. Rear cameras are usually capped at 1080p, except for expensive dashcams where rear cameras are also 2K or 4K. In addition to the video quality, how much the dashcam captures is also important, which is defined by the wider field of view, which means the dashcam can capture more of what is happening on the road. Generally, it's between 130 to 150 degrees, with Redtiger, Vantru, Wolfbox and Wire giving the highest field of view. Frame rate is typically 30 frames per second, which affects how smooth the footage looks. For most daily use dashcams, 30 frames per second is good enough. The next important aspect is how good the dashcam is at low light video capture. Headlight glare, which makes it hard to read number plates, is a common problem for the front camera capture, especially on cheaper models without a good sensor. Sometimes even the 4K dashcams do not capture low light footage really well. So, to solve for this, you need to look for Sony STARVIS 2 or STARVIS enhanced sensors because they are known to give improved night clarity and reduce the glare. Now, unless the dashcam specifically mentions STARVIS 2, it does not have STARVIS 2 sensor. You will see sensors labeled as IMX 291, 307, 335 or just STARVIS, and all of those are STARVIS 1 only. A lot of budget dashcams either do not use STARVIS 2 or they use an older version. It is still better than nothing, but STARVIS 2 is a big upgrade and shows noticeable difference in low light footage. Earlier this year, Sony announced the new STARVIS 3 sensor with better handling of high contrast, better lights and blooming. STARVIS 2 dashcams use multiple exposures to create HDR, which does create motion blur on fast moving license plates at night. STARVIS 3 eliminates this blur completely. None of the dashcams currently in the market support STARVIS 3 just yet. Now, I consider dashcams with STARVIS 2 a prerequisite, especially if you drive at night considerably. Only the dashcam that you see on the screen support dual STARVIS 2, which means both the front and the rear cameras have STARVIS 2. It is a nice to have but not a must have. Dual STARVIS 2 dashcams are priced much higher. Now, dashcams have batteries or super capacitors to make sure the footage isn't lost during sudden shutdowns like an accident. It will save the footage and then shut down the dashcam. Dashcams with batteries support up to 60 to 65 degrees Celsius, but in hot climates, they can cause bloat or leaks. Super capacitors are a safer and more heat-resistant options, and they are ideal if your car is parked under the sun for long durations. If you predominantly park indoors, dashcams with batteries are completely fine. Most dashcams from Qubo, Redtiger, Viofo, Wolfbox, Vantru, Vive, Fitzpark, and Next Digitron use super capacitors. While historically most 70mm dashcams used a battery, they seem to be actively switching to super capacitors with their newer models. Some of you have asked me about dashcams that do have SIM card support that will enable you to monitor the dashcam footage remotely, get notifications, and also find the location of the car, especially useful in driver-driven cars. Only the dashcams that you see on the screens currently support 4G or 5G SIM cards. These dashcams also have the capability of cloud storage. Now that we've covered some of the differentiated and critical aspects that you should not miss, let's get to the basics. All dashcams store their footage on a micro SD card. Most dashcams support 128 GB or 256 GB with Viofo, Wolfbox, Vantru, Qubo, CP+, and some 70mm dashcams supporting upwards of 512 GB. Generally, 256 GB is good enough for 12 hours of 4K footage based on the type of video compression that is used in the dashcam, after which the footage will loop. If you use a lower resolution, then you will get longer duration of footage. Higher resolution obviously means bigger files and fewer videos that are stored. But since dashcams can record and store in a loop, it is not a huge issue. Except for a handful of dashcams, the storage card needs to be purchased separately. For reference, a 128 GB SD card costs around 1000 rupees. Cloud storage option is available on dashcams that do have SIM card support, but more often than not, they are paid versions. Now, if you want to record the car when it is parked, parking mode recording is another feature to look for when you're installing a dashcam. While the feature is available on most non-budget dashcams, a separate kit has to be purchased and it requires a hardwired installation to keep recording when the card is turned off as well. You need to make sure this is done by an authorized installer. G-sensor or impact detection is standard in most dashcams. It starts an emergency recording when there is a sudden movement or a collision. I personally prefer to keep the sensitivity to the lowest level because of the condition of our roads. While driving on bad roads, if the sensitivity is higher, it starts recording emergency clips very often, which then clogs the storage as these emergency clips are not re-recorded on, unless they are physically deleted from the card. GPS logging to record your location and the speed is supported by most mid-range and premium dashcams. Most mid-range to top-end dashcams also come with advanced driver assistance systems or ADAS for features like lane departure warnings, proximity alerts, fatigue alerts, and so on. Personally, I find these features very distracting due to the traffic level on our roads. I have turned it off on my dashcam and also turn it off while I drive my car. Let's talk about the installation and connectivity. Dashcams draw power either from the 12-volt socket or it can be hardwired to the car's power source. If you're going with a dual or triple channel dashcam or you're hardwiring it, you need to get it installed by a professional. You can get this done at your car's service center or any car accessories shop. Installation is generally paid and can cost anywhere between 500 rupees to 2000 rupees based on who you install it from. There are few mirror-based dashcams too, which require you to mount the dashcam on your existing mirror or to replace your existing mirror. Only the dashcams that you see on the screen are mirror-based dashcams. Before I get to my recommendations, let's address some common questions that I get about dashcams. The first question is whether installing a dashcam can void your car's warranty. You should definitely check with your car dealership. I did the same before installing mine. In most cases, if you're connecting the dashcam through a 12-volt socket, also called the cigarette lighter port, it is totally fine and will not void your warranty. But if you hardwire it into the car's electrical system and something goes wrong, it might affect your warranty. I've even given mine for service after installing the dashcam without any issues so far. The second question is whether the dashcam's footage can make insurance claims harder. Well, if you're at fault, yes, it could complicate things. But if you're not at fault, dashcam footage can actually help by serving as proof, making the claim process faster and smoother. Now let's talk about warranty and overall satisfaction. Now, I did a sentiment analysis of all brands of dashcams that I have reviewed across 50,000 reviews. 70mm, NextDigitron, Qubo, Vantru, Viofo, Redtiger, and DDPAI have the best overall product satisfaction. Considering most of the dashcam brands are fairly new in India, service quality is just okay across all the brands. Qubo is slightly better than the rest given they have an established service network for their products. Warranty is usually 1 year, except for Redtiger, Viofo, Vantru, which gives about 18 months warranty. Now that you understand how to narrow down the right dashcam for your needs, let's get to my recommendations. My recommendation is to go with a dual channel dashcam at a minimum and a triple channel dashcam if you have a driver and need to monitor the cabin. Many of you have asked me about dashcams with SIM card support. So let's start with that. There are very few dashcams from good brands with SIM card support today. So I have only one recommendation for you, and that is the Qubo Dashcam Pro 4K. You can add a 4G SIM card which allows you to track your vehicle in real time. Ideal if your car is driven around by a driver. Qubo also has cloud storage, which is free for the first year and costs around 900 rupees for 6 months and 1500 annually. Cloud storage is not required for live tracking and for clips stored in the memory card. The main drawback of this is the lack of STARVIS 2 sensor, so you can expect low clarity of number plates in low light conditions. Next, let's talk about dual, triple or 4-channel dashcams. And I've categorized this by budget. Under 15,000, my top recommendation is the 70mm A510 dual channel dashcam. This is one of the best STARVIS 2 dashcams at this budget. The front camera has an IMX675 STARVIS 2 sensor with 3K resolution that balances video quality with manageable file sizes. 70mm also has a proprietary image processing algorithm to reduce the noise and to balance exposure. With ADAS and integrated GPS, it is a suitable upgrade on a budget. It does use a lithium-ion battery instead of a supercapacitor, so if you park outdoors a lot, the battery could bloat after a few years. Under 15,000, my second recommendation is the Qubo Pro 3K dual-channel dashcam. Amongst the dashcams compared, Qubo has a better service network and localized customer support. The front camera has a 3K resolution with STARVIS 2 and back camera is a full HD resolution. Qubo also has installation services in select regions in the country, which you can check on the Qubo website. Overall, value on a budget. Under 20,000 and one that gives the most value for money for a triple channel dashcam is the Redtiger F17 2026 edition. With the front camera with a 4K resolution and STARVIS 2 sensor upgraded from its 2025 edition, which did not come with STARVIS 2. The rear camera and cabin camera come with a 1080p resolution. This dashcam ensures there are minimal blind spots. The cabin camera uses dedicated infrared lights to record clear black and white footage even when the car interior is pitch dark. A 64GB card is included in the pack, unlike most other dashcams where the card has to be purchased separately. This dashcam uses a supercapacitor as opposed to a battery, so it is ideal if you park your car outdoors for extended hours. Next is the Viofo A229 Plus. This comes with a single, dual or triple channel variant as well. This has a 2K front camera with STARVIS 2 sensor, which as per users give the crispest HDR footage, outperforming most 4K dashcams in reading number plates. When available, the rear camera also has a STARVIS 2 sensor, making the rear footage also good in low light conditions. Like the Redtiger dashcam, this also comes with a supercapacitor, so no concerns of battery bloating when it is parked outdoors under the sun for long durations. If you want 4K resolution with dual STARVIS 2 and a cabin camera with a unique fish-eye camera, which gives an ultra-wide view of the cabin without missing any spots, then you should go with the Viofo A329 Ultra, which is almost 15K higher. My opinion, the A229 Plus is good enough for most uses. Lastly, if you want a mirror-based dual-channel dashcam, my recommendation is the 70mm S500 mirror dashcam. With a 3K resolution with STARVIS 2 sensor, it offers a good video playback, including in low light conditions. The rear camera also can be used as a reverse parking sensor, especially useful if your car does not inherently support it. As opposed to most other 70mm dashcams, it supports a supercapacitor, but this one does not have ADAS. Now let's talk about budget dashcams under 10,000 rupees. You will need to compromise either on the number of channels or the availability or quality of footage in spite of having STARVIS 2. So let's get to my recommendations that beat these compromises. My first recommendation is a dual channel dashcam that is only slightly over 10,000 but gives the STARVIS 2 sensor on this budget. This is the Dialect Sense 4K Max dual channel dashcam. This captures 4K footage at this price point. Most other brands only offer 2K footage. This also uses a supercapacitor, so can handle ambient temperatures up to 60 degrees Celsius. This also comes with a 1-channel and 3-channel variant at slightly different prices. As for the drawback, although it has 4K resolution with STARVIS 2 sensors, the low light footage is not as good as other established dashcam brands. Next, under 5,000 is the 70mm M310 single channel dashcam. This dashcam does not have a screen, but the live footage can be viewed on the mobile app. The front camera has a 2K resolution and the proprietary algorithms used by 70mm balances harsh daylight exposure and shadows, a common problem in many other budget dashcams. This one, however, does not have STARVIS 2, which means your low light footage could have headlight glare. The version of this dashcam with STARVIS 2 is the 70mm A510 dashcam, which I recommended earlier for dual channel dashcams. The single channel is available at less than 10,000 if you prefer to eliminate the headlight glare. Again, under 5,000 is the next Digitron Ace 2 single channel dashcam. Unlike the 70 mAh version, this comes with a super capacitor instead of battery. So, it is suitable if you park your car under the harsh sunlight to prevent the battery bloat. This also does not come with a screen, but the live footage can be viewed on the app. The service network of Next Digitron is broad, so many users are happy with the customer support of this Indian brand. If you found this video useful, share the video and subscribe to become part of the 2 lakh plus community that trusts us with their decision making. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.